The Cerritos might be falling apart, but that's our job to keep it together.
Ensign, you are a natural-born warrior.
Okie dokie.
TrekCast.
Derek, welcome to the well-oiled machine.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm like, I've been gone 5 minutes. They replaced me. They got a new bald guy with a beard.
We found another bald guy with a beard, yeah.
And his shuttlecraft is way cooler than mine. I gotta
It's all for show.
Yeah.
How about that? Do I get an echo now?
Nope, no echo. You sound better.
Okay, I sound better now? Great.
Yep.
Okay. Stupid headphones.
Yeah, it's always something, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just thought I didn't have to wear the big bulky headphones. But...
Oh. Bleed too well. They've got the microphone built into them too, so maybe that's part of it.
No, well, this one does too, but it doesn't
Oh,
work.
well, yeah, you're right.
So, I don't know, man. I just work here.
Yep. All right. Well, Derek, this is Dan, the other bald guy. Dan,
Hey.
Derek.
Hello.
Derek's got multiple podcasts, and he and I have talked several times about him coming on, me coming on, whatever, over the last 2 years. And then, of course, I met you last year at the Comic-Con, which we don't have those anymore. So
We got a lot of D names here.
we do have a lot of D names. There's 3 Ds. I mean, shit.
Yeah. Just saying. You may come to the Dan side. You like to say Dan, Derek?
My little brother's name is actually Daniel.
Of course it is.
So,
as it should be.
Yeah,
As it
yeah.
should.
As the
Yeah.
Lord intended.
All right. Well, welcome to TrekCast. We are back at it again. I'm Chad. That's Daniel. That's Dan. And a guest today is Derek. Derek is a host of the Heroes Podcast Network. There's several different shows. I'm sure he'll tell us a little bit about those as we get into it. And we've got a big topic today. Lower Decks. The trailer is leaked. We'll talk about that and get into all the other things. But, of course, we got to catch up with the guys. What's been going on the last 2 weeks, gentlemen? It's been 2 weeks. Long 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah. 4th of July and everything else. I was in Memphis, back from Memphis. I got to go to St. Louis and Wichita next week. So I've probably put about, I bought the truck 1st of May 1st. Had 23,000 miles on it. Just take a guess at how many miles I've put on it already in the first
I'm going to
month.
guess like at least 20,000. Because you don't stop.
No,
How many?
that's way off, but okay. I'm at 31,000. Yeah. I'm at 31,000. So, yeah.
Okay.
Little shy of 10,000 in 1 month, but
Jeez.
yeah.
Have you considered a sled dog team?
Yeah. It might be funner. I'll put it down.
It would probably
It
be.
would probably be funner. So, but anyway, no, it's been crazy, and I've been off of work since July 3rd. So, man, I'm itching. I'm really itching. Get back to work tomorrow.
Right on.
So, what's been going on with you guys?
I've been down on Long Island every weekend for the last month, so that's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, working, not vacationing, working.
Yeah.
So,
Space Force is busy on Long Island.
Space Force is busy on Long Island. Yes, the COVID response team on Long Island.
Yep.
So this is
A lot of that.
this is how I spend my days.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I've
some-
just been, ducking society, as you should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Daniel, I mean, you work from home, buddy. So, I mean, I don't know how much more ducking you can do.
I know. I just
In
I almost
Idaho.
need a robe and a stick and just yell at the neighbors. Just
Okay, now
full
you
on
have to
embrace
do
my
that.
hermit
Now
lifestyle.
you have to do that and record yourself. You've
I
seen those things
might.
going around, like the little memes going around where someone goes out on their deck and it's an audio from Eddie Murphy's Coming to America, and he goes, "Good morning, my good people," and someone
yeah.
yells back, "Fuck you!" You need to do that.
Well, we're having a big neighborhood garage sale on the 19th, and I thought about how can I mess with these people,
Yes.
because they're going all out. They're bringing food trucks and this
Oh,
whole-
wow.
Yeah. So of course I need to fuck with them.
Well, then you just need to stand out there naked in your robe. That's what you need.
I thought about wearing a Bigfoot costume, but then I realized I'm only like 5'5", so it's gonna look like an Ewok.
There you go. An Ewok.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah, that'd be good. You got to get video. Whatever you do, you got to get video of it. So
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
that would be hysterical.
Yeah.
Derek, what have you been up to?
Walking its corgi.
Yep, exactly.
Well, I work from home as well, so I basically only leave my property when I go get groceries.
Yep.
Otherwise, I just stay in my house and hang out in my backyard with my dog, play a lot of video games.
There you go. Welcome to my life.
Yep.
Same thing.
You know, it's funny. It's like overnight, the whole world became Branch Davidians.
Yeah.
Staying in their compounds.
That's it.
Yeah. The wife and I did start a DS9. It's a rewatch for me, but it's her first time watching it straight through.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
That's been good.
It's
always
real. It's real. Sorry.
Have you guys been? I know Derek's on Twitter quite a bit. Daniel, I don't know how. Dan, I don't think you're on Twitter at all. But there's a new girl that I kind of followed on. Black girl from the UK, I believe. I forget what her Twitter handle is, but she's watching Star Trek for the first time, and she's posting her reactions every time she watches a DS9 episode, and it's just hysterical. She's so funny.
That's great.
She's just hysterical. I'll have to look up whatever her handle is and post it in the group so everybody can kind of follow her along. She's hysterical. I don't know if you've seen that girl, Derek, but she's all over the place.
I'm not sure if I have or not, unfortunately.
I'll have
That's
to pull
a
it
pretty
up.
good bit, though.
Oh, she's so funny. And of course her reaction to Julian and O'Brien is just the greatest. You know.
Oh yeah, the
It's
romance.
like, where is this going? This is clearly a romance. Where's this going? I can't believe this aired
The
back
greatest
in
romance in the galaxy.
Yeah, So it's so funny. I'll look her up here and then tell everybody. But anyway,
There was a meme I saw recently that had it's from the Lord of the Rings, and it says Avery Brooks does not overact. He acts exactly as precisely as he means to.
Yeah, I love how he can just go from 0 to 60 in the snap of a finger.
Oh yeah, faster than a Tesla. It does not matter.
Yeah, it's awesome.
he's something else. Okay, so her name is Olivia. She is from London, England, and her handle is at OliviaJ_8.
Nice.
She's just hysterical. So funny.
Well, that's
I
cool.
could go through 1,000,001 of her posts. It's so great. But anyway,
So that's actually a decent transition to our first news story.
yeah, go for it.
Attention all hands. It's time for Star Trek news.
Okay. So our first news story comes from comicbook.com, and the headline reads, James McAvoy creates and shares homemade Star Trek parody videos. So somebody's desperate to be young Picard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And he's got nothing else to do. So McAvoy has decided to make his own kind of Star Trek show called Star Force Sci-Fi Salation. Yeah. It's pretty, I mean, of course it's cheesy because it's homemade. Also, it's nice to see that clearly McAvoy's got an Xbox One. So, because you see it in one of the shots.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I think he's got the money to get a new one.
Yeah, he needs to get a new one. The funny thing is like clearly it's just his friends because he's the only one who can really act, and it's a world of difference when he comes on the screen compared to everybody else. Yeah, it's on his Instagram, James McAvoy Real Deal, so you can watch it. It's like a 5-minute clip, but it looks pretty fun. So
You know, there's old home movies out there of Seth MacFarlane.
right,
Oh yeah,
Yeah, when he was like 14 years old, doing episodes of Star Trek.
yeah.
I love those.
The funniest thing about those is his voice is the same now as it was when he was 14.
Oh yeah.
It's the same voice. I mean, it's almost like you look at it, you're like, really? He had a voice of a man at 14?
Yeah. Sometimes
He was just born that way.
Well, he can do all those different voices, so I guess, which one's really his real voice?
Right.
You never know. And he switches so fast. Did you ever see that interview he did when he was on, I think it was on Graham Norton or something like that, where he switched back and forth between 4 or 5 different voices within seconds. I mean, he was having a conversation with himself with 5 different characters. It was hysterical. You have to look that up sometime. It's pretty damn good.
Our next news story comes from comes to us from cinemablend.com. Tom Hanks disappointed in most Navy movies, believes Star Trek is to blame.
I saw this.
He's
Yeah.
what? He's disappointed in what?
Most Navy movies and blame Star Trek.
Yeah.
So
Woody just went down a
basically-
notch in my book.
Well, so I heard this comes from he was on the Conan O'Brien podcast and actually heard this, and he said basically what he went on to say was that most of us know things about how Navy ships operate because of Star Trek, because Star Trek pulled so much from the Navy, like who's the con officer, who's navigation, who's all that. So that's where we get a lot of that, like pull. I had 4 degrees, yes sir. All that is Navy based, and most people know that because of Star Trek. So, I mean, he was joking and kidding around when he was saying that. He wasn't like serious, Tom
Well,
Hanks
I mean,
was a
real
dick,
life
so-
naval battles between subs and ships is pretty boring compared to what you would see in a movie or a television show.
Right,
So
right.
I mean, come on. What?
I don't know. I was never in the Navy, but
That's yeah.
I don't know, that just feels like when they complain about, any spacefaring sci-fi where there's action, there's no noise or explosions in space. Yeah, but who's going to pay to watch that?
Yeah,
the ships
exactly.
don't go down when they explode or when they.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Just if you're on a ship that's being fired at, not boring.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
Ah. he's
Oh,
not
we lost
there.
him.
Look, and he froze just as his mouth is open and he's leaning forward. There he is. He's back.
There he is. He's back.
Did I get it out? Did you
No.
hear me?
Oh, you got something out all right.
I said if you're on a ship being fired at, it's not boring to you at all.
No.
Right. Speaking of not boring, from fansided.com, here we go. It's starting all over again. The headline reads, "The door is open for William Shatner to reprise his role
Oh.
as Captain Kirk on Star Trek Picard." So,
And
What is
why?
a synth? As a synth? Like why? Yeah, exactly. Why? But this is Shatner. This is what he does. He goes back and forth between Kirk is dead, Kirk is over, I'm done with Kirk, to three seconds later, well, they can redo all of my younger self in a hologram. They can do that with CGI now, so I'm up for that too. No, it's done. I'm reading Captain's log during quarantine. When it's done, it's done. I'll never talk about Kirk again to now this. I mean, it's like a waffle pattern back and forth, or I don't know.
yeah,
echocardiogram
I'm starting
never
to
gives
think
up.
it's not the paycheck he wants. Grandpa wants to be loved.
Grandpa wants to be loved. Yeah.
So, yeah. He says if they wrote it and it was reasonable, he would love to return as Captain Kirk.
I don't know how
And
you
as
do
long
that.
as it wasn't a cameo or gratuitous.
Well, that's all the way you can do it.
He says, just being there to show my face, I wouldn't do that. He needs to be the star.
Yeah. No, sorry. Done.
Yeah.
Done.
So,
Okay, quick question for you guys. Since we have Strange New Worlds coming,
yeah.
does that show come
We
out?
don't know that's the name of it.
Yeah, it's Star Trek
we do.
Strange New Worlds. Yeah.
Oh, we do. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that show going to come out before Section 31?
Oh, I
I
thought you were
believe
going to say
that's the
Discovery
plan.
Season 3.
Because Section 31 is not supposed to enter production until season 3 of Discovery is over.
Yeah.
Is it when season 3 is over?
Yeah.
That's what I've heard anyway.
They keep changing their mind because I've also heard like at the end of Discovery's run too.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
At this point, do we even care about Section 31?
Not at all.
No.
I mean, I care about Michelle Yeoh. I want
Yeah.
to see her. So
Sure.
I guess it depends what happens with Giorgio.
would Section 31 be better as like a made for TV movie? Or like a miniseries? I mean, they're all miniseries apparently at this point. They're all like 10 episodes.
Yeah, everything's a mystery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, if I had to pick what I would want next outside of Discovery and Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks,
Mm-hmm.
it's not Section 31. But it's not a total reboot of TOS either, which I feel like is coming. I just feel like they're gonna do TOS all over again once Strange New Worlds has either had its run or slowly melted away if everybody watches first season but doesn't get enough traction second season kind of thing. I feel like that's coming, but oh well.
Yeah. I think that's happening no matter what at some point.
Yeah.
Whether it's the movies or whether it's a show. Yeah. There's
Well,
going to be
I guess
a
we'll
new
find
Captain
out whether or
Kirk.
not they
Hey
introduce
guys, I
Kirk.
gotta jump off for a bit. I'm gonna
Okay,
Okay.
we'll see you in a bit, man.
try and jump back in if I can swing it.
Yep, go
sounds
for it.
good.
We'll see you, buddy. Derek, what do you think? You think they're going to introduce Kirk?
I don't. I really don't. I think at this point they've really spent a lot of their time filling in gaps in the Star Trek timeline. And
Yeah.
Kirk exists, of course, during Strange New Worlds, right? He's a lieutenant on the Farragut or whatever. But
Yeah, right.
I really don't expect. Maybe they'll do a name drop at some point, but I don't expect to ever see him. And I would be surprised if the All Access universe that in the Prime timeline decided to reboot TOS. I just don't expect that to happen. I think like an Enterprise C show is more likely.
Yeah. To me, it seems like that TOS crew is their movie bread and butter. That's what they would want to do. They're not going to remake TNG and make new movies of that.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't expect either, though. Especially now that Viacom is remerging CBS and Paramount. I expect if we ever get a big screen Star Trek movie again, which I'm not even sure is likely anymore, it'll be something different.
Well, they say they're still working on that one with Noah Hawley, so
We'll see if that sees light of day. But you're right. I think at this point they're better off money wise and fan base wise and everything else just to stick everything on CBS All Access or whatever they rebrand the name as next year, and leave it at that. So, just kind of depends. But yeah. Okay. Let's get into the feedback section real quick.
Hailing frequencies. Open.
We got any emails or anything, Daniel? I've got
no emails,
up, so
but I did post in the group that we're going to be doing this.
Okay.
So let's see what we got. Gotta find the post because I forgot to look it up.
That's all right. I can talk about the coffee account real quick. When
oh yeah, we just got a new one as we were talking. So
yeah, I saw that.
It's for a lot of money.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
Oh
shit, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll put it in our group chat so you can see because I don't want to say it on the air.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and say who it's from?
No, go for it because you do the copies.
Yeah, so it's from Lumberjack from the North. Lumberjack from the North, Daryl. That's who.
Nice.
Bought us a coffee. Bought us multiple copies. So that's a big one, buddy. Thank you. Morning, boys. What's one Star Trek character he found annoying years ago but appreciate later on? Mine was Ambassador Troy.
Ooh.
Found annoying initially, but years long, appreciate later on.
Neelix.
Troy. Yeah, definitely. I appreciate Neelix more now than I did when I was first watching. I was like, can we just kill this freaking guy? Oh, Tuvik's great. Wonderful. He's back.
Yeah.
But now what's another one? I'm trying to think of another one off topic.
I mean, Nog for me.
I always like Nog.
See, in the very beginning, I couldn't stand him, like really early on. But, once he decides he wants to enter Starfleet and start taking things really seriously, he becomes a wonderful character.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
See, Rom kind of annoyed me at first because I thought he was too much of a sitcom character for that show.
Very much, yeah. Very much.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I still hate Malcolm, so I can't really.
But he loves pineapple. You love pineapple.
I know. We have so much in common, right? That's it.
Right. That's it. You're both British, clearly.
Yeah. No, even when I go back and watch Enterprise, it's like, this guy. But it's okay. It's all right. It's not too bad. But trying to think of anybody else.
Travis is acting if we're going to go to the Enterprise.
Yeah, poor Travis. That guy never got it. Mayweather never got a chance.
No.
I know.
He doesn't have anything to do.
No.
Yeah.
He's just like a lot of the other guys, a lot of the other characters anyway on Discovery's Bridge. We never get him fleshed out. We can't really. Tilly.
But they all introduce themselves.
Yeah. At first, Tilly on Discovery, I really didn't like her character for the first couple of episodes that she was in. And it was kind of like, oh, man, this is the quirky comic relief, irritating one. But boy, as that first season went along, I love Tilly. I think Tilly's awesome, especially Tilly.
She's the Monica of the ship.
Yeah. She definitely is. Yeah. What's another one? Trying to think of one from TNG.
I mean, there's kind of the stereotype of Wesley, just because he's the Superboy who fixes all the adult problems when that seems a little unrealistic given the flagship. But I love Will Wheaton though, so it's hard for me to dislike the character.
Yeah,
I know. Every book
like
he narrates on Audible, I go pick up and listen to.
He's so good.
It's so awesome to listen to. I mean, that Red Shirts, that was the first one I ever listened to that he did on Audible. That is just a fantastic book, and it's awesome listening to him read it.
Great book.
I've got it. I listen to it probably twice a year, because I do a lot of driving, obviously. So it is a good book. Hey, they're making Ready Player 2, by the way. If you're into those kinds of books and you ever read Ready Player 1, and of course the movie that came out with it, Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline comes out in November. So that is going to be fantastic. I can't wait for that. Yeah.
And his audiobook narration for the first one, Ready Player 1, was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's great. That's another one I listened to. Anyway, okay, back to the question. I don't know. I can't think of any others. I'm sure one will come to me, and I'll just pop it right out in the middle of some other conversation that's totally irrelevant too. But that's a good question, Lumberjack, and thank you again for the donation. And, of course, we got another one from Mike Medina a couple days back, just 2 days ago. Mike hasn't donated in a while, so we appreciate that, Mike. And everybody who's donated during this time with everything else going on, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. So, and Lumberjacks was a big one. I don't know if he wants to tell everybody how that was a bit. We really appreciate that. So
yeah, we do.
Of course, all those funds go towards use of some kind whenever we figure out what to do with it at STLV, hopefully in December, because we're all going to be there. Derek, I don't know if you plan on going. We were going to be there.
Unfortunately, no.
But yeah, so
I will have a 3-month-old, so I will not.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Tough.
So that's what September is the due date in September.
Yeah, end of September. Yeah.
That's your first or second?
It'll be my first.
First.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you know if it's a boy or girl yet?
It's a girl.
And
we are definitely throwing around some sci-fi
names.
So
yep.
No spoilers.
Nice. Yeah. That's very cool, man.
Well, we've got ourselves a dog coming in August. We're finally getting a dog and
nice.
Pick it up August 29th from the breeder, and we're coming up with names as well. And right now I've got Ro stuck in my head for my wife seems to like that too. But we'll see if we get that.
What kind of dog?
A golden doodle.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, because everybody in Kansas City has a golden doodle now. That's like the thing. So
mine's a husky mix. Her name is Luna. She's named after Luna Lovegood. So.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Okay. Again, thanks everybody for the donations over on the coffee count. Really appreciate it. Keep those coming as we move towards December, and of course STLV and everything else that goes along with that. It's going to be a fun time. Can't wait to see everybody. So, for those that can make it, we will have a blast. Okay. Any other feedback we want to get to before we get into the topic?
No, because all the feedback is based off the topic. Because I posted that we were going to talk about lower decks.
Good.
So.
Yeah, and I made that post in there. Thanks, Derek, by the way. Derek is the one who told me about the trailer leaking. I hadn't got
nice.
Because I hadn't been on Twitter in the last 24 or 48 hours. And of course, it's everywhere on Twitter. As soon as I pulled up Twitter over there this morning and looked at it, and Derek sent me the link, I was like, oh, well, everybody already knows on Twitter.
Yeah. It spreads quick.
It does, doesn't it? So, but okay. Getting into the topic. And no, Zach, this is not the Nickelodeon one. He asked if this is the Nickelodeon one. No, Lower Decks is not the Nickelodeon one, Zach.
No, what is that? Prodigy or something like that?
I don't think it has an official title yet. Yeah. I think that's just the rumor.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the one
they trademark Star Trek Prodigy.
Yep. They trademarked like several of them at one point. I forget. There's a list of 7 or 8 of them. I know that's going around somewhere. We could probably pull that up and find it. But yeah, that's one. I thought Star Trek Destiny was another one.
It is. Yep.
Trying to think off the top of my head what the other ones were. But anyway, so Lower Decks. That's what we're talking about. Premieres August 6th. That's only 24 days away or something like that. 22 days away.
Pretty quick.
It is pretty quick. So that was a very fast. Here it comes next month, which is nice. Nice to hear because we've been waiting to hear that about Discovery season 3 for forever now. Doesn't make any sense, but obviously now that we know that Lower Decks is coming on the 6th, Discovery's probably not going to come until
End of the year.
November or December would be my guess. You know, they'll want to get it to the end of the year because what will they have with anything else? Yeah, exactly. What will they have? There's nothing else in the pipeline at this point. Right. Nothing's being produced. Everything's shut down. So nothing started back up yet.
Things are starting to start productions again. Like they're talking about they want to shoot the next Spider-Man movie in September. They're coming up with ways to do it.
Yeah.
Several movies are back in production, and I know that they're writing scripts for Strange New Worlds and Picard season 2.
Well, yeah, because they can at least do that, and that would be ground running.
Right, the writing can be difficult.
Given that STLV was pushed to December, I wouldn't be surprised if Discovery lands in January, so they can do some big, show of it at the convention.
Probably.
That's a good point because they still have to have something filling in for next year, right? They want to have Trek year round. They want to have something always on. If everything's getting pushed back because of this year's production delays, Picard season 2 will not air, I would suspect, until next fall at the earliest.
At the earliest.
Exactly. Right. So if they push season 3 to January, it runs 10, 13 episodes, whatever, and it goes out until April. If they stretch it and throw some short treks in there out until April, then they would possibly be able to get season 2 of which they're already working on for Lower Decks. They're already working on season 2 right now.
Oh, I bet we get season 2 of Lower Decks before we get season 2 of Picard.
Yeah, exactly.
Lower Decks, they can just work from home and.
Yep. So they could do that over the summer and then have a little hiatus between the two and then get into Picard. And there you go. Now you've kind of got, and then of course, whenever Strange New Worlds hits, you can kind of start getting a rhythm of back into a rhythm. So that'd be cool. But anyway, okay. So let's talk about Lower Decks. Obviously the trailer's out. The three of us, did you get a chance to watch it, Daniel? I mean, I just gave it to you.
I did, yes.
Yeah. So that's hysterical.
It is very Rick and Morty.
It is very Rick
and Morty.
You know, it's hysterical. And there was a screenshot going around of a Borg on the ship with a laser beam making a cat chase it. And I thought, oh, that's funny. But is that really? Because this thing's supposed to be canon. Is that really going to be part of the show that a Borg is making a cat chase a laser around? Apparently it's going to be. Watching that trailer, I don't put it past to do that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I think when we say canon on this one, though, you got to really not hold on to it. Because it's going to be sight gags and
But Mike McMahon has made it very clear that it is absolutely canon for the Prime timeline. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I guess whatever happens, as weird as it might be.
That's fine. That's fine. It's about time we get to have something in Trek we can just simply have fun with, right? No one's gonna bitch or complain about canon on this one, are they? Or that shouldn't happen.
Oh, they will.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I know it's a joke. I'm being sarcastic, but but in honesty, though, I mean, I'm excited about it because it's going to be fun. It's just
it does
dumb fun. Just sit and watch it. It's fun. Enjoy it. So and they're going to pull out all the tropes too. Obviously, in the trailer at one point, the number 1 or number 2 or whatever it is, I forget what the guy's position is. It's Lieutenant Shax, I guess, is what his name is. The big giant old guy. Rips his shirt off to then start fighting the alien, So
that's Jerry O'Connell, right?
No,
because he's Commander Ransom. Jerry O'Connell is Commander Ransom. I don't know which one's which, honestly.
So they both tear their shirts off in the trailer. To be fair, they both do. And Jerry O'Connell's character Ransom is also ripped. So
of course he is.
Because if you're going to make yourself into a cartoon character, you're going to be ripped.
Might as well.
Yeah, it looks like a fun show. So it's only going to be 10 episodes. What are these, like 22-minute episodes, something like that? They're small.
Imagine.
Yeah, I would imagine they're small like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine the series was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, one thing that everybody's ripping and talking about so far, because I was joking when I said no one's going to complain about this too much, but everybody's ripping and complaining about the design of the ship. I don't know why, because I love it. I think it's awesome. It's like an inverted Reliant class ship,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought it looked like something out of Star Trek Online,
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I know it's a whole new class of ship, the California class. So
it's just
do
weird.
We know anything about what that means? Like, what are they for? Like, is
I
it a
mean-
ship for nachos? What's up?
Their focus is supposed to be second contact, so it seems more diplomatic than anything else.
Okay.
and I love this idea of second contact.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
are, not only is it lower decks, right, and we're following the guys down at the bottom of the barrel, but we're also following the cleanup crew.
Right.
The whole crew is the cleanup crew.
It's an insignificant ship. But like the
Yeah.
complaints I'm seeing are kind of weird because they're the same complaints that you could apply to, like, I don't know, the Oberth
Everything.
class that we've had for
Everything.
decades in Star
Wait a
Trek.
minute. So if this is an insignificant ship, does this make this Star Trek Orville?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
a good point.
funny. That is a really good point. Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, it's always been, okay, how the hell does anybody get up to the nacelles? They take a turbo lift through the freaking exposed shafts. Like there's no
Right.
room for anything else in those pyres, right? So, it's just because you've got the engineering deck and the deflector shields or whatever down there on that separate piece means absolutely nothing. You can transport site to site inside of a ship. I mean, come on. And obviously it
Especially
can
when this takes place, it shouldn't be an issue.
exactly because it's when's the timeline? It's regular timeline obviously, and it's where is it kind of around the time in between? I think they said it's in between the final episode of TNG or in between Nemesis anyway and Picard.
It's
Or
1
is it-
year after Nemesis.
1 year
Yeah.
after Nemesis. Okay.
2380.
Yeah.
2380. Okay, good.
So I mean this means it's going to be out there with Sovereign class starships, then Defiant class starships, and
Mhm.
that kind of
Nice.
era.
Nice.
So
I want to see a cartoon Defiant.
right.
I want to see Prometheus.
Yeah, a steam runner.
Yeah.
Yep. I think my favorite ship though is Defiant. I think it really is. If I
It's a good
really
one.
push myself, it's either the Defiant or the Reliant, the old style.
hmm
I'm a sucker for the alternate future Enterprise D from All Good Things, the dreadnought, as it were.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The three warp nacelles. That one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
funny you
always like
mentioned
that.
that. I was there's a company I deal with out in St. Louis, and when you were in their front lobby area, they have all these parts that they make for the military. I mean, it's a little bit of everything, but on their display case, there's also a model of that same ship, and it says, "Whenever this becomes a reality, you can bet we're going to be making the following components." And they list out all these, in-depth, high-end components that you would see inside of that ship. It's pretty funny.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Pretty cool. I loved it.
But I
So-
like the design of the Cerritos. I think it's
Yeah.
cool. It looks like a kit bash, which is as TNG, I think, as you can possibly get.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the era that this really takes place in. This is the golden age of Star Trek, essentially, from the 90s and the early 2000s.
Well,
It's
and
also
it'll
the
be
golden
fun
age
toys
of
for
Starfleet
collectors
before
and
everything
kids.
goes to shit, apparently, in the time of Picard. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I wonder if they're going to deal with the synth revolt.
that's too far in the future. But
Yeah, I don't think they will.
Yeah. Or
Are
at
they
least
going to have
synths
synths
around.
on the show?
Yeah, they could.
Theoretically,
yeah.
I mean, there should at the very least be holograms.
At the very least. Yeah.
Holographic Doctor?
Yeah,
I mean,
where's
well,
Robert
in the trailer,
Picardo?
they're clearing out the hologram or holodeck.
Holodeck,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one scene where
scrubbing
she's
it, yeah.
getting rid of the... Oh, that's hysterical.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense because it's the whole holographic. So I don't know did someone poop themselves in there and you still couldn't transport it away or something? I don't know. I don't know what that means, but when they talk about putting the yellow cartridges in the backside of the replicator so that they can have matter again, it kind of makes sense and it kind of doesn't.
This show does give them an opportunity to finally call out some things that have been just completely ignored throughout Star
Sure.
Trek.
Yeah, like toilets.
Exactly. Yeah, they have never existed in Star Trek.
No,
So
I
I
love
wonder if they'll finally take on money.
money is so inconsistent
I
in
know.
Star Trek. I mean, I don't even know what to do with that.
Yeah. Looks like it'll be on CBS All Access here in the States. It will be on CTV Sci-Fi Channel in Canada, and something called Crave in France, and that's all we know. Internationally, that's the only two we know of.
Hmm.
So
So if
That's
you're in
all it's been
Australia or
announced.
down under, you're kind of screwed.
Mhm.
Well, I
for
guess
now, so
maybe
get a
it's on
VPN.
Prime.
I imagine they'll make some deal with either Netflix or Amazon Prime Video for international stuff, but I guess it's
imagine
held up.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as of now, there's no announcement yet, so that sucks.
And of course, somewhere in Russia, they'll be able to just watch it for free on Venmo or
Probably.
Vimeo, whatever that not YouTube. The alternative to YouTube overseas.
Oh, Daily Motion.
Daily Motion, that's the one, because every
Yeah.
single short trek ever released is on Daily Motion.
It is, yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh,
yeah, but it's not. It's funny because they alter the voices, so like it's changed or whatever, so it doesn't get picked up by the algorithm somehow. So when you're
Wow.
listening to people talk, it's like they've either put them on helium or the whatever that other thing is when it lowers your voice.
You sound
it's
like Barry White.
Yeah. So, it's hysterical.
Yeah.
Speaking of short treks, I did think it was interesting we didn't get one for this show as like a teaser for it.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
You would have thought they would have tried something.
Right. Well, because there is the animated short treks episode.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
There's two. Yeah.
Well, right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. So like, I just assumed one of them was going to be for this, and then that obviously was not the case.
It was interesting that those two short treks were in completely different styles as well.
Mm-hmm.
One was a complete mix of cell type animation and CG and 3D CGI. The other one was complete 3D.
Well, that
CGI.
cell shaded one, they clearly saw Into the Spider-Verse and was like, we can do that. I mean, it's very similar style.
Yeah, and it's
That's a
very
good
all
point.
over the place too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it goes quick, and it's like you're slinging. It's almost like the little guys getting slinged around from time to time. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and the Nickelodeon show is supposed to be CGI because
Yep.
it's being made by the same people that do the Ninja Turtles. The
That's
more modern
right, yeah.
Ninja Turtles. So
I'm looking forward to that one too. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know how kiddish it'll be. Hopefully, it's not like a, Paw Patrol kiddish.
Well,
it's supposed to be in line with Ninja Turtles, is what I've heard. And the premise is kind of interesting. I don't know if you
Yep.
guys have heard that or not, but
no, what is it?
so some like teenage adolescent type people basically find a downed, damaged ship, like an old kind of freighter, and they fix it up.
Okay.
So they're
And
not
travel around the
Starfleet.
galaxy in
Yeah.
their little rocket ship, flying through the stars, little ones. Anyway,
So yeah, they're kids. They're not Starfleet, and so they can
No.
kind of they have a lot of flexibility with that. Then
Yeah, they do. That's cool.
yeah.
Huh.
That'd give them more of the traditional format of one show to the next isn't really tied together, and it's one complete story and its own little thing, which is more to the point of what a kid's going to watch. A kid's not going to sit there and try to figure out what's going on in a story arc over 7 episodes. So,
Well, and a kid doesn't want to watch a bunch of people following the rules.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
speak
Exactly.
for yourself, man. I grew up on TNG.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they said Strange New Worlds is going to follow that same format as well.
Mhm.
Episodic, episodic as opposed to the story arc over the season, which I think would be good to have at least one series doing that.
Yeah, that
anyway.
would be good.
Yeah, it would be good.
Yeah. Let's see what else.
I'm playing the trailer here in the background as we talk. So
Our boy Kurtzman is, of course, executive producer at Lower Decks.
Yeah.
oh man. Well, not only is he, this is another show. In this case, it's not that big of a deal, but in all the other shows, you can tell, like especially on Discovery, how it's a problem when you have 9 executive producers. But in this one, you've got Aaron Bazers,
Mm-hmm.
Heather Caden, Katie Krantz, Chris Kula, and Alex Kurtzman. Out of those, what, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of those 5, 4 of those are also executive producers on Discovery.
Well, I think if you count on the credits on Discovery, there are literally 20 producers.
yeah,
In one level or another. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, good grief.
A lot
So,
of people interested in it, you know?
Yeah.
that's what happens when you have a conglomerate doing it. They're all get to throw their name on it. So
Yeah, I guess it really depends. Does it matter or not, right? Like how much weight does each one of those people have in terms of the direction of the show or the series or whatever? And how much weight does Kurtzman himself have? I imagine he's, 51% stakeholder and 70 other people all have 5 or 6%, right? So
right.
at any given day, Alex Kurtzman gets the final say. That's my impression of what I've read.
He's their Feige.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
It's a good
I mean,
parallel.
these guys all run loose and do what they want to do, and then they report it back to him, and he just gives it the blessing or not. Is
yeah,
my understanding.
yeah.
So
It
it
definitely
looks like a
feels that
fun
way.
show. I would say massive grain of salt. Don't take it too seriously. Just have
Mhm.
fun with it.
Yep.
Looks like if you're a big Rick and Morty fan, enjoy it. It's
They're not
definitely in
gonna-
that vein.
they're not going to hold back any punches. I mean, one scene in this trailer, Tawny Newsom's character is literally trying to keep someone's heart going with holding it in her hand. And
Yeah.
there's blood squirted everywhere. I mean, so it's not they're not going to pull any punches. That's for sure. So
Right.
they'll lay it all out.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
There is a good opportunity for a lot of different aliens, right? One of the advantages of the animated series was it's a lot cheaper to draw something than it is to produce a physical, So there's Bolians in here. We have Bajorans, we have Orions. I was hoping maybe a little fewer humans, because still most of this main cast are just humans. But I think they do have opportunities to show us a lot more.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully
yeah, you're right. Both of them with their shirts off. That's hysterical. And they go and talk about having a beer afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna see it. I don't know if it's probably not called 10 forward on this ship, right? Whatever deck it's on, but their bar type area is apparently going to be pretty well showcased as a narrative location on the show.
And see, it's okay on this kind of show for them to all be at the bar afterwards with disco lights going on and drinking and having a good time and trying to hook up with girls and all that kind of that's where that belongs, is this kind of show.
Mm-hmm.
See,
As
and I'm
opposed to
hoping they have
season 2 of
boy
Discovery.
gang. Yeah. I'm hoping they have the male version of Guinan with the giant hats
Oh, there you go.
serving drinks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does Q show up?
Well,
Why not?
that's a good question. I mean, there's no reason he can't. John Delancey still does voiceover work all the time.
All the time. Yep. On My Little Pony of all.
Right. That's right.
That would be great to have him show up. I still want him to show up on Picard, though. I mean, whenever Picard is done and over, if he hasn't showed up yet, he needs to be on the final episode, the final episode of Picard.
Oh, he's got to.
Series finale. Yeah, he has to. I mean, there's
Got
just
to make him a real boy.
I'd be okay
exactly.
with
Yeah, turn Pinocchio back into a real boy.
Yeah.
I could go on and on about that one, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, this show does have Lower Decks has a huge opportunity to bring in cameos whenever they want, because voice acting, there's no worry about de-aging anybody, and flying people all over the country to get them into a studio. Super simple.
Yeah, and better yet, the cameos you can have for the voiceovers, not only can they be anybody, but they could be Walter Koenig. They could be Nichelle Nichols. They could be Terry. Dax.
Terry Farrell.
Terry Farrell. They could be
Terry Kim.
Oh God, Garrett Wong. Wong. I've been saying it Wong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could be anybody. Hell, it could be
Picardo.
Patrick Stewart playing somebody else, right? Of course, Robert Picardo being an EMH. I mean, that's a no-brainer. That should happen.
Yeah,
they haven't figured that one out. It should happen.
Mm-hmm.
So.
At what point do they bring back 7 of 9? Because apparently that's the one to bring back.
Yeah. I don't know. Anytime.
Well, she doesn't fit in that timeline, but still.
Well, actually, Voyager's home at that point.
Yeah, Voyager's home after Nemesis timeline. Yeah.
So that's why, literally anybody from the main 3 shows of the 90s could show up without there being any narrative problem.
Nope.
Ooh,
and you could just use their voice for some other character too.
Oh,
Kate
totally.
Mulgrew could come back and be some other admiral that's not her, right? That's not Janeway. So yeah, you could do anything you wanted to, and of course you could have cameos with obvious voices you would recognize.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, you could throw Sylvester Stallone in there if you wanted to. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 again last night, so I've got him in my head. But
nice. Nice.
But
So
you could throw anybody.
I think it'd be funny to bring in Jeffrey Combs and have him have one line an episode, and he's a different character every episode.
That would be great.
I'd like that.
Yeah. I would love to see how they draw the Dominion.
Yeah, that would be good.
Like the Jem'Hadar and the Vorta.
Or just have erroneous, comm officer guy trying to fix something, and accidentally he connects to someone he's not supposed to, and it's Jonathan Frakes, and he's cooking pizza.
Right. Riker's Pizzeria.
How'd you get this number?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry. Click.
Hey, maybe we'll get to see the Titan at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or Ezra Dax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her ship. What was the name of her ship again?
The Aventine, I think.
Aventine, yeah.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Any trill, really. Any well-known trill.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much they can do. That's kind of the nice thing about it. And it's kind of highlights where, well, I don't know, whatever you want to say about Discovery, had they put it at this point in the timeline, we'd have been having this same conversation about Discovery and where it was at versus the kind of conversations we had back then, you know, because it's trying to fit inside of a box.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And there's just so much freedom here because other than the Picard show, there's nothing really impacting canon restrictions.
Right.
You know, they can discover any species they want. They can go pretty much anywhere because we don't know what happens.
20 years is a long time. So anything that you did could be undone in a 20-year standpoint. So if there was some small battle or war or whatever between some new alien race or whatever, it wouldn't be a big deal 20 years later, right? Or 15 years later. It would have already been taken care of. So, but yeah, no, these are all great points. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably going to watch it with my kids. I imagine they'll try to at least watch a few of them, and if they enjoy it, they'll keep watching it. But it's always a struggle in the Waldo household to get them to watch as much Trek with me as I want to watch.
So yeah, looks like fun. I'm excited. So
stylistically, it's good. I mean, it looks like Starfleet, right? The uniforms, the inside of the ship, it all fits the tone.
Well, it looks like hard uniforms, honestly.
A little bit. Yeah.
And it looks modern. Like the animation style is modern for today. You know?
Yep.
So.
Yeah, it's not the animated series animation.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Would have been okay. I think I would have been okay with that. You know, something classic like that. They could have made that work as long as it wasn't fuzzy. But you know,
they could have. But clearly they wanted to update it, so that's fine.
They made the right choice.
I think the average person, you know, it feels like Space Ghost, right? Like,
exactly.
You know, I don't know that the average person wants to still see something like that, but
yeah, no, they went the right route. So, well, cool.
Anything else we want to cover on Lower Decks? I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Ian
wasn't able to make it back on. That's all right. Yeah, that's okay. They don't all have to be an hour and a half or 2 hours. Sometimes
they don't. It's fine.
Our shows go way long.
Yeah.
But okay, is there anything you want to tell everybody, Derek, about yourself since you came on today? Your shows. Go ahead and do a plug, man.
Sure, thanks. Yeah. So, well, you can find me on Twitter and Facebook and stuff. I'm the Star Trek dude, so you can find me out there if you want to talk. But I own the Heroes Podcast Network. We have a few different nerd pop culture shows. The longest running one is Screen Heroes, which is mainly film and television. We focus a lot on superhero type stuff, DC, Marvel. So I definitely would ask you to check out Screen Heroes. My podcast show, my Star Trek podcast show, Red Shirts and Runabouts, is on hiatus for the time being. My co-host and I just have a lot going on, and we decided to kind of take a break. And our goal is to come back for season 3 of Disco, but we'll see what happens there. And then if you like video games, I also host a show called Gamer Heroes, which is all video game stuff. And you know, talk about like hiccups and things like that. You know, after doing a lot of these, I my 2 episodes ago recorded with the wrong microphone. It captured with my webcam mic instead of this nice, expensive Yeti Blue, and I didn't know until it was too late. So, you know, I've only done like 400 of these. It's fine.
Yeah. That's the way it goes. There's always something in it, right?
There's always something.
Always something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, man. We really appreciate it. It's always better. I think our shows flow really well when there's 3 on here, and it worked out great for us today, even without Dan. Would have been good to have him on. We'll always miss him when he can't make it, but you know, Space Force keeps him busy.
Well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know you wanted to talk about it. I just happened to see your post on Twitter about it. Damn it, I just put the show on hiatus. I can't talk about it. It's like, well, why don't you come on, man? So, but wanted to have you on for a while, so we've been talking about it.
Yeah, it's great having you on.
But,
thank you. Yeah,
our countdown clock, by the way, continues, just so everybody knows, because I'm watching it, and the countdown clock that I've got going is for our total downloads. We're, man, less than 6,000 downloads away from our 4 millionth download of the show.
Wow.
Jeez.
So, yeah. So I think we'll hit it. I think we'll hit that well before STLV. We'll probably hit it sometime September.
Yeah, probably.
I think
somewhere
that's
there.
if I'm just looking at it, and especially with Lower Decks. If we go back to doing a show every weekend, then we'll hit it in August.
Mm-hmm.
So,
congratulations, guys!
Easy. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So, all right.
Cool.
Thanks again for everybody who donated on the coffee account. You can follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, TrekCastTNG. The email is TrekCastTNG@gmail.com. And of course, you can always reach me at chadiswrong@gmail.com. Obviously, we've got the new merch that's up there. If anybody else comes up with anything else they want to see on a shirt other than pineapple pizza is wrong, go ahead and let us know, and I'll make a shirt or sticker or whatever else. So other than that, it was a great show, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on. This was a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah,
it was
thanks,
good.
Derek.
It was
Thanks
a lot
for
of
joining.
fun.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Well, there you have it, another episode in the can. Check us out at TrekCast.com. Also, if you would, please subscribe to us via iTunes. Leave those reviews, subscribe to us, we'll get some numbers, get up the list, get more listeners, do more shows, have more fun. But for now, we're all done. So live long and prosper, and we'll see you next week.